Hey guys, thank you for coming back to a new class that I made with rituals. It's still very cold outside, so we're gonna open up the body, and the best way to do it is by backbending. We're not getting into a lot of backbends, but we're gonna work on postures that will help you to get into backbends. You need a bolster for this class. If you don't have one, just use some pillows. And if the ground is cold in your house, I would recommend you to put a blanket on it because it's really important to stay warm in this posture. Let's warm up and let's open our bodies. The first posture is going to be a nice hip opener. It's called reclined butterfly. While we're working on the hips, I would like to use a bolster under the back, so also the chest will open. And I think that's a good idea now with cold weather where we tend to hunch our shoulders in a lot. If you don't have a bolster, you can use some pillows or whatever you have. Place the bolster on the mat and bring your feet together. Let your knees drop to the side so you'll feel a nice hip stretch. And then you can slowly go down, place the bolster right behind the back. So if you already feel tension in the neck here, place another bolster under your head. And if not, just drop the head down. And really try to fall down towards the ground in this spot. So just give in to the gravity. Nothing should be really tight here. And really try to surrender in this posture, let gravity do its work. No muscles should be very tense here, so just really drop down. So imagine that your knees are more drawn towards the ceiling than you want to push them down, because otherwise we don't create stretch, but we just tighten the muscles if we try to push them. If it's too tight on the hips, maybe place, if you have some bolsters left 2 bolsters under the knees. And just relax in the posture. Just take 2 more breaths in this posture. And then on your second exhale, to come out of the posture, come up with your head again and support yourself on the ground, pushing yourself back. Reaching towards your knees and just push them back together. And as a counter posture, just bring the feet out for a bit. for a counter rotation. And if you feel ready, let's move to the second posture. Come on both of your knees and place your feet on the ground. So what we're gonna do for this posture is we're gonna walk our hands forward, but you wanna keep your hips above your knees. So you don't have to come all the way to the front, but just walk them from here and let your heart melt to the ground. I'm gonna place the bolster a bit to the back so I can place my chest. I can rest it on the bolster. So for a lot of people, this is really the point where they should stop bending in the posture. If you're more flexible, you can remove the pillow or the bolster and just come down, walking yourself to the front, placing your chest on the ground. So what you feel here is a deep stretch in the lower back and also on the front of your body. If this is too much for you, you can always open your arms a little bit or just lay down, support yourself. Just really feel where the back is stretching enough for you. And we're gonna hold this position for a couple of more inhales and exhales. So in back bending, what we want to work on are the shoulders and flexibility in the back, and also just a stretch of the front side of the body. So this posture is really good for all those things. It really works on the shoulders, it works on the flexibility of the back, and also it just stretches the front side of the body. And the name of the pose, Melting Heart, says it already. It's a very nice posture to express your gratitude. It's a very humble posture. Take 2 more inhales and 2 more exhales. And to come out of the pose, gently push yourself back up and walk yourself into a child's pose for a counter pose. So bring the toes together and the knees wide apart and just lay your body down. Let your back rest. If you feel a lot of tension in the shoulders, just bring your arms back a little bit. And take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, Push yourself up into a downward facing dog. Maybe stretch here for a little bit if you like. And take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, you look in between your hands and you step your right foot in between the hands. So come down on your knee for the next pose. We're gonna do a dragon. So what you wanna do is you wanna keep your knee above the ankle and just slowly walk your other knee down. So a lot of people will have problems with their knee on the ground. It will feel tense, so it's really recommended to place a blanket under the knee and just walk it as far as you can. So you feel a really nice stretch in the hips here. And you can stay here if you like. But if you feel like you need a deeper stretch, you can walk your hands on the inside of the foot and just lower down a little bit. But it's already a really good posture if you just stay here. So if this is already a lot of tension on the hips, just leave it like this. It's perfect. If you really feel the hips are too tight here, you can always place a bolster under your shin. But don't give up too easily, because it's a really intense pose, but it's really good. So take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, we can deepen the pose a little bit. If you are already tense here, just stay here. You can bring your left elbow on the ground and do a little twist by pushing your right leg out. To come out, just push yourself up again. Bring the leg back. Flex your toes and place them on the ground of the back leg and push yourself up into a downward dog again. And now take a moment here to feel how the left side of your body feels right now, because it's really been stretching. So what sensations do you feel in your leg? Do you feel any sensations in the front side of the body? Was it stretched? And if you want to walk, it's fine. And breathe towards that tension that you feel. So if you are ready, on your next exhale, look in between your hands again and step your left foot in between the hands, lowering your right knee down. And just walk the right leg towards the back again. So one more time, if you feel a lot of tension in the hips here, just stay like this for the whole 3 minutes we're gonna be here. I'm going to give some options for variations, but this is already quite an intense pose, so just stay like this if you like. If this is too much for you, you can always lean up. And just stay like this with closed eyes. And if you want a deeper stretch, you can always place your hands on the inside of your front foot and lower down. And for the people that are more flexible, you can do a little twist, pushing your left knee out and looking up. And to come out of the pose as you exhale, slowly push yourself up. Flex the foot, bring the toes on the mat, and just push yourself up into a nice downward facing dog again. And again, be aware of all the sensations that you feel after this posture. Maybe bend your knees and straighten them. Just really let go of all the tension. And you can drop your knees down to the mat, bring your toes together, and come into a child's pose again. So take a minute here, let your body relax. Before we move into the last posture, so if you're ready, you can walk yourself up. And you can turn around for the last posture, which is going to be the supported bridge. So in the first position, we opened the chest, and now we're going to open the lower back. So let's turn around. So what I would like you to do is to come to lay on your back with your knees still bent, and just push yourself or lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And place the bolster under your hips. And then surrender in this posture. You will feel a nice stretch, or actually more of a relaxed feeling in your lower back. And at the front of your body is a bit stretched right now. And really make sure your shoulders are relaxed on the ground. that everything is heavy on the ground. So no muscles should be tight in this posture. And let gravity stretch your back for you. So these yin postures make you ready for the backbends, which are very good in releasing a lot of tension in your body, also a lot of emotional stress. We always tend to store it in our backs and to tighten them up. So whenever you want to do a lot of backbends and they're really, really heavy for you, just do this sequence before you move on to these backbends. A nice slowing down sequence. So take your last 2 breaths in this last posture. And on your second exhale, release from the pose by pushing yourself up towards the ceiling again. And removing the bolster, hugging your knees into your chest, and give your spine a gentle massage by wiggling sidewards over the floor. And whenever you're ready, make yourself prepare for this final savasana. Your palms up by your side, and let the legs fall outwards. And really make yourself comfortable, make yourself warm. Because you can lay in the Savasana for as long as you want. And if you were focusing on your breath, you can let it go here. Come back to your normal breath. And just really let go of any tension that you have in your body. Just let the body sink into the floor. And I would recommend you to stay here for a while. I'm silently gonna leave you laying here. So we prepared our bodies for back bendings. I really hoped you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.